So I'm delighted to be here with Swami Krishna Vedant.
Thank you.
I'm saying that correctly, yeah?
Right, right.
Swami has been working at Watkins Bookstore as the tarot and palm reader of the store for, I think, was it 16 years now?
Yes.
Incredible. And you're also a disciple of Osho.
Yes.
You're one of the early ones, right?
Yeah, early times we come to him, I think 1970.
Wow. And is there like a ranking? Like what
No,
number
there
of
are,
disciple were you?
no. There is no ranks.
Wow.
Time to time people come, you heard
Okay,
about
but-
him, somebody heard about him, and then I never know his name or any what, who is this, but I was just passing by, and then I saw that there's a guy coming, folding hand and very attractive, and people was waiting to hear him. So I just started, I was standing on the footpath and I was listening him what he started talking. Then it was something totally different than ever I heard before. I heard so many people, in Bombay, so many gurus comes and I used to go. So I was surprised and I was just stand still and I just simply listen, like almost like hypnotized. First time I hear such a beautiful language, accent, and meaningful words. Like I never heard such melodious talk. Then I inquire about him later on.
He was known as Bhagwan Rajneesh.
No,
then, or he was
that
already
time,
Osho?
that time he was known only Acharya Rajneesh.
Okay.
Yeah, and first day I never know who was this person, but his language, his personality, and the way he
And was
says
he
things.
was he speaking in Hindi?
Hindi.
Okay.
Was almost 40,000 people was there.
Wow.
It's a cross Maidan, it was a big football playground, and they made a stage. So these people was crowded, and I was just going to somewhere else.
And this was so totally
Totally
total
just.
happenstance.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then I was come next day. So 7 days talks. He was talking about be aware of socialism.
Socialism.
Oh, he was criticizing.
I didn't realize that he was so
Yeah.
political.
Yeah.
Because he's such a spiritual.
No, he talks about
Figure.
all the issue because we are human being and we are living on this planet.
Yeah.
So he's concerned with everything, not only human being, birds, animals, plants, trees, whole planet he's concerned.
Yeah.
So he's not just focusing on a particular religion, no.
Wow.
So he put things together in such a way because the politicians are ruling the world.
Yeah.
So they are very important figure.
Absolutely.
If they misbehave, we can destroy this planet.
Yes.
Just one button can explode and
It's
so
good.
politicians are not just, they are powerful people and they have to deal with care. Most responsible are politicians.
Yeah. So he was talking about socialism, and what did he say? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Or-
so many things that those days the Russia was the socialist country, communist country. So it's like a China and East Berlin, and so there was dangers. He was saying that maybe many people was talking that maybe India also become one of them. Like China. So he said it is like committing suicide because socialist or communist means the man is just a machine. He's just useful, and there's no kind of spirit or soul or enlightenment or nothing. Because the
Sure.
Karl Marx, Angel Lenin, and Freud and Jung, and they're all talking about just like a man is unhappy, he cannot be blissful, and so he was criticizing many psychologists even.
Wow.
Yeah, he talked in favor of Freud, Jung, Adler, Paulo Fasagoli. He talks about positive and he talks negative about them. That because the Freud, he come in contact all the 40, 50 years, his research was to come in contact with a miserable person, unhappy people. Not the blissful. He never come in, encounter the Buddha
Yeah.
or Raman Maharshi or Gurdjieff or this high.
Yeah.
So his conclusion is not right.
I
He's
see.
depend on the sickness and the
Sure,
very
sure.
lower quality of human being. In socialism is you have a food, you have a shelter, you have work, but this is not just life. Life have something more.
But wait a second. Didn't Osho later start his own commune where people shared their wealth in a kind of socialist manner?
Well, it happens. Maybe that time he wasn't not intended to make this commune or something, because I know very well since 1970, 13 April 1970, I saw him first time. Then he come in September again to Bombay because he was traveling all over the India. And Many cities, small town, whenever people invite him, he go there and he talks. Whatever people's problem, they ask the questions. So then he's come September, then I have become more closer to him because then I sit in front, just I want to listen whole talk and I don't want to miss anything. Then he went to the Manali in September, and they invite many people that in Bombay, in Manali is Himalaya, Kulu Manali is far away in Himalaya, so it was quite expensive journey for 2 weeks I think. So I had not enough money, so I was not going there. But I was waiting when he come back. So he come back and there was a orange people around him, few just, 5,
Similar
6
to
people.
the color
Like
you
orange
wear now?
color, yeah. So he said, sannyas, he give the mala and his locket, his photo. And these people, I thought, well, his disciple now. So I thought they must be very special people, something. Anyway, then I heard that they are going to the meditation camp in the Bombay, very nearby where I live, in half an hour journey. I read in the newspaper that there is a meditation camp. Then I never did any kind of meditation.
Never before.
No. In the childhood, I did yoga and these kind of
Sure,
things. But
sure.
what exactly it is, when he described, so I thought, go and practice it.
Mhm.
So I participated in the meditation camp all the 10 days. Last days, they announced that, and he said to people, everybody, you should continue this meditation every day because this is just like practice. But
Yeah.
at home, you should do every day. But I had no facility at home. So I went to him and said, I cannot do alone. So he said, there is a class going on. From tomorrow, you go and join the class and you go and then do every day. I said,
Wow.
okay, I will do. Then next point, he said, after 1 month, come and see me.
Wow.
Yeah, first do this meditation 1 month, totally,
Yeah.
and then come and see me. So I said, good, because I never thought that
Yeah.
anything important in there. After 1 month, I went to see him. Then something strange thing happened that just maybe 10 minutes meetings, talking him normal things. When you come, what is your name, what you're doing, this and that. And then was a kind of a recognition, like I looked at him and he looked at me. He's saying something, but something else. I'm feeling that I know this person very well.
Wow.
Not only this much, I felt like he knows me also very well.
Wow.
Kind of inner,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
so that was my first meeting that, and whole day after that, I was constantly thinking about him. That I should go and meet him because this was not enough time,
Yeah.
10 minutes was not enough. I should be there. So whole day, kind of like a magnetic pull, I was at work and I feel very restless and uneasy. Oh, I should go and see him. So this was you cannot call it hypnotism or hypnotize. He have not done anything.
Yep.
It was something like you, after so many
You just had
years.
this connection, this special connection.
After long time you met a real friend or real person whom you know already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first meeting with him. Then he told, when I met him, he said, you become disciple, you take sannyas. I never thought about it, because I thought I'm never thought of not qualification, I'm qualified for sannyas, but he asked me to take it. I said, okay.
What is sunyas?
Yeah, sannyas
I'm
means
not from the term, but let's explain.
sannyas. His sannyas is different, and the traditional Hindu or Buddhist sannyas and the Jaina sannyas, there are many different religions have sannyas, different definition and different way of life. Nowadays, in India, there is a big Kumbh Mela. You heard? Thousands of people come and take a dip into the river. So those sannyas in a Hindu sannyas, they have also 10 different categories,
Okay.
different type. But Osho sannyas is not one of them. Not a Buddhist, nothing to do with Jainism, nothing to do with Hinduism. In fact, because those people, old sannyas, with thousands of years, it is prevalent in India.
Yeah.
Basic that you renounce the world.
Renounce the world. Okay.
You have to renounce family, friends, business, money, job, everything, and
Quite
you-
extreme.
extreme. Yeah, you live, and you simply whatever their teachings, you believe in the God or heaven or hell, or you meditate and you pray for this. So many rituals include in it from morning to the late night.
And did you do that?
No. I'm talking about old sannyas.
Yes.
The
But you-
traditional.
yes.
But Osho sannyas is completely different.
Yeah.
He said, my disciple, my sannyasin are not going to renounce anything.
Okay.
Live in the world, but don't be of a world.
Live in the world, but don't be
of the world. Don't
Okay.
get lost into the world.
Yep.
Yeah, remain in the world, because in the world there is a challenge.
Yep.
You come here to do the jobs, there's so much challenge, so many problems, and he called this old sannyas, they're escapist.
Yeah, the other
They
ones.
avoid problems.
Yeah.
There's no wife, so nobody bothers you, no children, no job. So
Yeah.
just so those people become dependent first financially on the country.
Yeah.
They don't work, contribute anything.
Yeah.
So they don't have any kind of creativity in their life.
Yep.
They don't create any literatures,
They're not- There's
poetry.
no need for them to do it.
Yeah, but then what is the purpose of life? Because if you meet them, I lived with them.
Yeah.
I know many of them because I traveled 17 months in India with many ashrams. So no intelligence you find. Most of them not educated at all.
Yeah.
You know, simply they feel that if they live in the society, they'll be failure.
Hmm.
So
So you when you tried all these other ashrams, this
Yeah.
was before you met Osho?
before
Or-
was very little,
Okay,
but
just
after
later.
him.
Oh, after you also
Because
tried
when
other
I
ones.
become sannyasin, so many people don't see difference because orange and this looks
Yeah.
like Hindu.
Yes.
So sometimes they invite and sometimes I was passing by. And
You
there was
tried.
some people, ashrams, gurus and their disciple are very curious about Osho.
Mm-hmm.
Because he talks about sex, love, meditation. And those people are celibate.
Yes.
Oh, they cannot
But
even...
Osho was not.
No.
Not at all.
He said they cannot even think about woman. If woman comes in the mind, they are tremble or something is wrong. So
No.
get up early morning and take a shower. So there means it was...
No, but not Osho. That's
No,
the other ones, yeah.
Osho sannyas is you are part of world. You are total responsible for yourself.
Yep.
And you are not dependent on any way on the society.
Mhm.
In fact, you make your world more better than before.
Yep.
Yeah, you. So that is a totally different. You don't have to escape. You lot
So
of
did-
challenge
so
to
did-
meet.
Did you learn a lot? What did you learn? What did you do with in these sannyas?
Oh, most time I was in the early days because my work in the market was different, so I cannot do with this orange cloth.
Sure.
And I told him that is not possible because my work is totally different, which is not possible with this kind of, because there was a lot of Muslims and the Christians and these people in business. So then I was selling his books. You will not believe.
Wow.
Couple of years I was traveling in India, village, in cities, and post office and insurance company, anywhere. When I go in universities, I show to the principal, student these books, and I was selling these books, so I was getting some commission. So I was supporting myself
Wow.
very well.
Cool.
And his books was publishing every month, every 2-3 months, new book come.
Wow.
Now he have got 650 books.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of books.
lot of books and so many
Have
different
you
subjects.
read all of them?
Almost all of them.
Wow.
Not only read, I heard those talks.
Yeah.
Because he
That's
talks, you
amazing.
sit in the morning in the discourse and you see him and you're observing. And not only I was reading books and listening afterwards, these tapes, cassettes, I was listening and transcribing, because they are going to
Yeah.
print the book. So I was totally involved with him in the
How many years?
10 years almost. But even now, I am with him, whether he's in the body or not, it makes no difference to me.
Osho's really changed your life.
Yeah, completely. Means that person who come to Osho is no more there.
Mhm. Yes, even your name was given.
In
by
a new
Osho,
name,
right?
yeah.
He chose Krishna Vedant.
Krishna Vedant, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And so, Osho, I mean, he's quite a controversial character. Some
Yeah.
people, say that like he had this commune in the States that,
Yeah.
that ended up collapsing, and some people say that maybe he took advantage of people.
Mhm.
What do you think? I mean, because some people think that he might have been a bit of a charlatan. What do you say to all of those claims?
Yeah, many different type of people have a different idea. Because if they have not seen him in person, or they never done anything, they have not read the books, then they hear what media, newspaper, magazines, what people talks. But it makes totally difference when you see him, because he says life has to be lived in its totality. Yeah. So money is a bigger part of life we have created, and it is very useful. Without money, our society cannot run.
Yeah.
So this is the greatest things a human being have created. But now, just hoard the money and collect the money and that is useless.
Okay.
So he said, enjoy, work, earn money and use the money, but don't just get lost in the money.
Right.
Yeah. So people talk against him because he was living very rich life. He had 93 Rolls Royce.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
Rolls Royces.
But people ask him something strange question. Then he said, "Oh, I want 365 every day." some journalist asked
so
him.
what do you think? Yeah, sorry.
No, it was fun.
He was very flagrant in
Yeah.
in his consumption.
Yeah, so because old sannyas idea was that people renounce the world, they had only pair of cloth and they sit under the tree, they die hungry, they eat very little. He said, this is not a human being's life. Even trees are much richer than you. They give so much fruit and flowers. Look, the star, the river. This planet is very rich, super rich. One tree, you see the so many thousands of flower and fruit and every pouring out. So this planet is the richest planet and not Mars and Moon and there nothing like that.
Yeah.
So his attitude was not to renounce the world, but make this world paradise here and now, not wait for the after death you go to paradise. That is all fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so and he created this community in desert, which was in 5 years he transformed into like paradise. There was lakes, there was rivers, there was a big
Did you ever go to see the commune?
No, I didn't got the visa, so I could not go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was living in Germany that time.
Yeah, yeah.
So the thing is,
So you think, but so, I mean, definitely he was a good guy. Then you're saying, or was it possible that he had some flaws, or maybe some of his assistants weren't so good and they tried to take advantage, or is it just one big misunderstanding then?
Big misunderstanding happened in most of the peoples who was not connected with him.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was an outsider. That's why he didn't wanted that outsider simply come and just, you should at least try to understand, read few books, do some meditation, and then you have a proper vision about what he's talking about it. Just you see his Rolls Royce. So what? Pope have a big, rich life.
That's a good point. The Pope, although the current Pope, Pope Francis, one of the reasons that he's so admired is he tries to live a very humble life and not spend
But still, he's living living in the rich palace.
That's
He's
true.
living like
the Vatican
a king.
is very nice.
Yeah,
That's a
rich,
good point.
rich, very rich. Vatican is
true.
Yeah. So Osho challenged the Pope also.
I see.
Osho have challenged all the gurus, in India. That's why the Hindu, Christian, Muslim, all the religious, and even the communist was against him. All the politician was against him because he was saying such a truth that why people suffer, why people are hungry there, because this planet produces so much that we are destroying, we're throwing in the ocean, dumping lot of food.
It's true. We have enough in the world for everybody.
Yeah, but we don't know how to distribute properly.
If we do things in a more efficient manner. It's true.
So if you read him and he listen talks, so he said we don't need armies, we don't have to create deadly weapons. In fact, we should be more creative and more friendly, like whole Europe become one, so whole planet can become one. Not only the Europe. Look, there was German and French and the English and all this was enemies before, They were fighting with each other. Now they are friends because they can make deal business and people can easily go. So why not possible with the whole planet?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the one scary thing about having the whole planet is, if ever the planet becomes some sort of like totalitarian, regime, then you'd have nowhere to escape to. That's a little scary. Now, at least if there's like different countries, you can at least try and run away to someplace.
Of course.
So if it's going to be the whole planet, we have to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. But yes, that's interesting.
Still, mostly it is in the wrong hands. These few rich countries and talented people are fanatic are there who want to destroy or who want to create their own religion and they destroy all the human being or make a slave. So the thing is, danger is always there.
It's true.
And that's why his opinion, his talks, and his discussion, each moment he was preparing.
It sounds like quite an amazing life that you've had, and to be so close to Osho and to have spent 10 years with him and to still feel that he's with you today. Mm-hmm. It's that is incredible. Are there any other spiritual teachers that you also look up to and admire?
He used to send early times when I was in Bombay, and there was other disciple also. So slowly more disciple was coming to him. Then one day he said, tomorrow J. Krishnamurti is coming, and you should all go and listen to him.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was only heard the name. I never read about Krishnamurti. Name maybe heard, but never read his books or what he's talking about. Who is Krishnamurti? Only Osho mentioned few times in his talk Krishnamurti. So I was thinking, who is this Krishnamurti? There are many other names. I never read their books, so I don't know who are they. So then we went few people and sitting there in front of, and Krishnamurti watch, orange people new, I mean the young people sitting there listening, and then like this, then we enjoy I like Krishnamurti very much, but it's different matter, but I admire. It's not. Then after I started reading his books, because Osho had a big library,
Oh, wow,
and he
really?
told me and few people that read those books, read this book, read that book. So he was so open that does not matter. You can go and listen and read anything, go anywhere. He's not trying to control you. He said, I have attained freedom and you are free.
Yeah.
And no, there is no particular condition you should not read this or you don't read that, you don't go to that guru. You can go anywhere.
So he's very open mind, consume, open your mind, try everything.
In fact, he introduced so many books
Wow.
of other masters. And he
Which other masters did you...
Gurdjieff, he talks a lot.
Yeah.
He talk about Raman Maharshi. He talk about Buddha and the many saints in India, Kabir, Nanak, Redas. There's so many, maybe those names I never heard. And never, there are maybe some is 1,000 years, even Saint Francis and Saint Augustine's and
Wow. Cool.
And this is like Desiderata. There was so he discovered Western mystics and their sayings, their books which were banned or because they were not allowed.
Yeah. Sure.
So he found those books and he given the series of talks. Khalil Gibran, he was a great poet.
Sure.
So there was 2 series of his talks. Maybe there are 40 talks or something on the Prophet.
Really?
Yeah, and Nietzsche.
Osho.
Osho's, yeah,
Wow,
he has given
amazing.
so many talks on Khalil Gibran.
Amazing.
And
Nietzsche says, oh,
Nietzsche
wow.
also.
Wow.
So, and many other Western mystics. And there was a mystic women also. First time.
Who were some of the...
Rabia and Teresa and many who lived with that time. So he was so open
Teresa,
that...
you mean Mother Teresa?
No, Mother Teresa. He was criticizing Mother Teresa.
Okay.
Saint Teresa.
Saint Teresa. Okay.
Saint Teresa, yeah.
Got it.
Mother
Well, why
Teresa.
did he criticize Mother Teresa?
Well, this is a political issues because they are helping people. So he was criticizing all the Christianity. That's why he challenged the Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, they want to create a particular world which, poor, orphan, they are helping people. Is not bad, but they're keeping them poor. Yeah.
So Osho, I mean...
So means
really,
he said...
Oh, but we were saying he was critical of Mother Teresa because also, I've heard, I'm not sure
yeah.
Osho, but some people have said that she believed that it was good for people to suffer and she didn't want to give them pain relief, and because she thought that the pain actually brings you closer to spirituality, and it's quite really depressing when you think of it that way. Not to say that she was a bad person, she was a good person, but in her belief, there was actually the process of suffering apparently was like something good, and that's kind of strange.
It all comes to misunderstand Jesus or kind of philosophy what people understand, because they said Jesus suffered for you, and now why should he suffer for you? And the thing is that there are many things illogical in all the religion.
Sure.
And people are forced to believe. If you don't believe, you go to hell. If you believe, just simply believe and you will be in the heaven. Just sometime people knock on my door at home. Early morning, I was just reading something or doing meditation and somebody come and knock and I open the door. This is if you have depression. And I said, no, I'm happy, I'm quite enjoy. Read these books and Bible and kind of things. I say, I'm sorry, I'm perfectly good. No, if you become depressed anytime or you become helpless, I said, I don't want to keep this book and throw in the garbage, please. So people are trying to convert you into the Christianity or into the Islam, into the this or that.
Scientology uses
Scientology,
also,
yeah.
Anxiety and depression.
Robert Hubbard, Ron Hubbard.
Hubbard, yes.
Oh, yeah. I read his books also. I have seen, since I come to Osho, I have come in contact with many of them, and still when I go to this poetry session, they are 99% Muslim, and they have particular prejudice, beliefs. But I put everything in my poetry that I am not Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Jew, communist or this or that. Simple human being, and
So hold on, just to clarify here, you're talking about you actually go to a poetry group once a month because you write poetry, in Hindi,
Urdu,
and in Urdu, and so you meet with other Hindi and Urdu writers, and they're usually Muslim.
Mostly, okay. Because the poetry ghazals are basically a form of a poetry is Urdu, So this language Hindi and Urdu is a mixed up language, So in the talking terms, I can speak and I understand, but I cannot write that language, I cannot read that language.
Okay. Only Hindi.
No, I write in Hindi writings,
yes.
But I understand what they talk, what they say. So I love the poetry and I love the people. They are very good. But basically everybody is conditioned. So this poetry I was showing you, this photo, is about that an innocent child come into the world blank. So don't corrupt him about your beliefs. Whatever you believe, you have believed because somebody else put in your heads. You are programmed. We are all programmed by communism, by capitalism, or by religious, any kind of things.
Did you have Hinduism as your foundation as a child, or?
Yeah, I was born in Hindu family.
Yeah.
But fortunately, my parents put me into the Jaina school with Jainism. It was nearby.
Wow.
So I was a first child. So they said government school is very far away. And you have to walk a mile, but this is nearby, so a few minutes he can go. So then I was confused because in Jaina school, like one period was there about religion, Jaina religion. So they were talking about Mahavir and at home they are doing this kind of things, many gods and doing prayer, this and chanting. So I was confused and I was more convinced by Jaina.
Really?
Yeah, because they are very non-violent. They don't pick even flower from the tree.
Yeah, and they're vegetarians.
They're vegetarian.
Vegan, so.
My family was a vegetarian also.
Okay.
Hindus. Majority of Hindus is vegetarian, but there are many non-veg also.
Sure.
So I was beginning was confused. I didn't like this kind of things what happening in my family because, but Jainism they have logic and they have no God also. Jainism no
Is
God.
that right?
Oh no.
That's cool.
Karma they believe in the karma. Many and they believe in purification.
Reincarnation as well?
Reincarnation also they believe. So their theory was so different than my home, so I was confused, and that confusion become blessing to me.
Open up your mind.
Yeah. Then I come to Bombay. I left my early age. I left my home. I come to Bombay to become film actor. I wanted to become an actor.
Oh really? Wow.
Of course.
Well, you're very charismatic.
Yeah. And I wanted to write songs and I wanted to write stories. So this was my dream.
And you do write poetry now. So
I write. Yeah. I written almost 5-6, but
only in Hindi.
Hindi. Yeah.
Yes.
Because of my easy language, I cannot read. But I read sometime English poem also. But my heart is with the Hindi.
Yeah.
So this was my dream. So that's why I was in Bombay before I met Osho. I used to go to studios and trying to become actor or writer, but something was not happening. So now sometime I go for little shooting, working here.
You still film a bit. You do work as an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some of your work.
Yeah. So I enjoy it, So the thing is with the Osho, nothing is discarded. You don't renounce anything. Whatever you want to do, you do it proper. You try to do your best.
You can break any rule.
Rules means you are living in the society. You abide left, right. You have to follow that system. You don't disturb anybody.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. As long you are not hurting anybody, you are perfectly good.
Okay.
Yeah. But instead of following anybody, not even following Osho, he don't say follow me.
No?
No.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
He is saying you are here. I have attained. I have realized something, and you are capable. Each human being is capable to attain a silent period of his life. In 24 hours, you can be meditative. In the beginning, we do the meditation in the morning. We purify body, mind, emotion. There is a particular technique, we call it dynamic meditation. So I went through this. That's what in the beginning he told me, you do 1 month, then you come. So that 1 month bring a lot of change in me.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought that I was repressed so much emotions.
Wow.
So they all, so his technique, his method, what Osho have developed, it is very practical and very scientific. You experience, you do it, and you feel that it's working. It's not just after death I will go to heaven, or after I'm not good enough, so I have not done properly. No, you cannot cheat yourself.
Yeah, sure.
And you don't have to become dependent on Osho, because Osho is not going to do something for you.
Yeah.
He said this is like a ingredient, and you go and make your cup of tea or coffee, put sugar, this. So these techniques are very practical. You do it alone or you can do with the group, does not matter. But once you have the taste, then you want to be alone,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a particular inbuilt in technique, that once you experience the blissfulness or joy, then you don't want to be with anybody, is my experience. That I enjoy
Have you experienced a lot of that type of blissfulness?
Yeah. Means you are continue doing something, then it creates something.
Yeah.
Even there's your two hands, you go on rubbing, there is a time comes that you cannot rub anymore.
Yes. Sure.
So the thing is, our mechanism of the body, mind, emotion, and something more plus, which we are not conscious about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that you come to know slowly as you know your physical body is well, no problem at all. You are not sick, you are not diseased, you are not hungry, you are sufficient. You provide whatever body needs. Then you are free. Body does not complain. Then you are your mind need. You need music, you need this. So you fulfill these small needs. Then slowly you come to know there is something more, which no music, no food, no girlfriend, no society, no entertainment. There is something more, you are hungry for it. And that, when you come in contact with such person like Osho, you see it is present there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spiritual
Yeah,
power.
yeah. His presence is so magnetic, is so blissful. No stress I see in him. Any moods I go, any times, he is the same.
Huh?
Yeah, so something between him and me, like I was sitting in front. So I simply watch him. I don't care what he says, but I simply watch him, so transparent, so stillness within. So many things happen around him, but his being still at ease with himself was miraculous. Nobody can make him unhappy. Nobody can make him move from his standpoint. Mm-hmm. So that longing spontaneously is come in you, that he said it's possible for everybody, but you have to earn it, you have to work for it. It's not just I can give you and I bless you and you are... No. It's a work, and it is 24 hours work. Slowly it spread.
Do you still do this work today?
No, now those days are gone. I was doing dynamic meditation, Kundalini or Nada Brahma or Vipassana sitting. Vipassana, you're sitting.
Of course, a long time.
I have passed through those all. Now this is not the matter. Technique is not the matter. Now awareness is the matter.
Awareness, okay.
Yeah, you become conscious about yourself, your physical activity, mind's thought process, emotions. So you don't go and do in particular time particular things. If you have time, of course, you enjoy sitting silent, is perfectly good, but not must. Because you eating food. I'm talking to Etan, and it is meditation.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Everything is a meditation.
Everything. So the thing is, life in itself is a multidimensional.
Yeah.
So you remain in the middle, in the centered, and enjoy all the colors, all the moods. Even sometimes you are sad, nothing wrong in it. No. Enjoy the sadness. I write a sad song then.
That's true. Actually, a lot of the best poetry, and also songs, for pop culture as well, come from heartache.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because if you have not experienced the sadness, this pain in the heart, you have never, then you are still poor,
Yeah.
You are not,
actually, Khalil Gibran, I think he has some sort of phrase about, that that your sorrow is the cup with which your joy will be filled.
Yeah. Because that's why human life is so rich, if you can see. But if you people see the only negative side of it, then no. Human being can be the most rich and blissful on this planet. And this is contagious, like you meet particular and then you feel good. Then you avoid unnecessary things,
Sure.
Yeah, and you don't need any drugs, you don't need any entertainment. Sometimes people come and visit me and say, Swami, you don't have TV, you don't have anything. I said, no. There was time I used to see a lot of movies, and now I don't need it because I don't have time. What are you doing alone? Because I'm 4 days, I'm not working. I work only.
That's right. You work part time. 4 days a week is a
only
is a
part time
leader in
I
the
work
shop.
because I need this much money, so part time I can fulfill myself. And
So what do you like to do with your free time?
I enjoy being myself.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
What does being yourself mean?
Bills.
I mean,
daily,
you write poetry,
I
obviously.
write when it happens. Not that all the time I'm writing. When it comes in the mind,
Yeah.
I type in, put on Facebook, and I cook, make a tea, cup of tea. I cook food. I go for shopping. There's a park. I go for walk. Then I come down, sit down, lie down. So just whatever happening, I am simply become conscious about is all the activities, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no why, oh, I should do this. The people think, oh, I may get up early. Sometimes I wake up early, then I enjoy.
It's great.
Sometimes I sleep until late. It's perfectly good. Means you don't demand anything. Life is already present and enjoy it.
You've been doing palm reading and tarot reading at Watkins Bookstore for 16 years now.
Yeah.
And which do you prefer? Do you prefer tarot or palm reading? What do you how do you feel about each one?
Does not matter. It is like toys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, each one has its time and place.
The thing is important is the person.
Mm-hmm.
The person who comes to you. If I don't keep the tarot and this sign, I sit alone and nobody want to come and talk about meditations, or they don't want to buy any Krishnamurti Osho's books or this or that. They are not interested. They are involved in particular problems.
So this is a vehicle to bring them into your world.
Yeah. I've tried that also, because Osho, when in 1976, I had this girlfriend from London. So I was planning to come to London. Osho told me, go and make a meditation center in London and help my people there.
Yep.
But it happened that it didn't work out. My passport was not ready, so it not happened. So the thing is, I have tried other part also, but it don't work because the people have some immediate problems, and first they want to solve this problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of people come to you from all over the world
All
to
over
come
the
and
world.
get advice.
Even from the parliament, people have been, and this prince from some countries, and rich, poor, educated, uneducated, all the religions, non-believers, believer, does not matter. Human being want to be happy.
Yeah.
Everybody is searching for the happiness, joy, fulfilled life. So, and you talk about meditation, they have to solve this problem, my girlfriend, or how about my job, or about this. So, at that point, you have to communicate with them first. You talk about things
that are close to their heart.
Understand what their problem. Once they understood you and their problem, they understood that how to solve my own problems, then they are free, they are open to hear something more.
Which you like. You like to tell people, to give them advice, to meditate and do things and learn as well.
That is my basic work, because Osho told me go to London and help my people. So in this crowd of millions of people, Osho's people are there who are open to understand deeper meaning of life.
So, but hold on, let's move back for a sec. But when somebody comes to you to the shop, you usually do both tarot and palm reading.
Yeah.
And where did you learn tarot and palm reading?
Well, that is a very strange story behind it. There was a disciple of Osho in Bombay. He was doing this palmistry.
Okay.
So we were living together, coincidence that I spent some years with him.
Yeah.
And he was self-sufficient. He don't have to go particular time. He was sitting in the street. So I sit with him sometime, and I learn, and then I started reading books, and then sometime he was not speaking English. So he had some client who does not speak.
You translate.
So then I I become interested, because the way what he's saying to the person is very satisfied.
Yes.
So sometime he also tell me, this guy want to come again, and you was not there yesterday, so please. So I tell him, okay, give him time, I will come. So then I used to translate for him. So then
that's a great way to learn.
Yeah. Then I got the knack of it. Then I study, and then it happened automatically. That I come to know that it really work, and people come again and again. Not that I tell them. Many times they ask me after the session, when should I come again? I said, don't become dependent on me. I am not here to make you dependent on these things. if you feel you can come anytime, tomorrow you can come anytime, but not because I said. If you have feeling in the heart, anytime. If you don't feel, never come.
Yeah.
Because we are not here to make you dependent.
Yes. Sure.
Once you understand, then I advise them to read particular books and do some meditation, because this problem is not going to solve forever.
Yeah.
They will come again,
Yeah.
but you are capable to understand your own things, So we don't make anybody dependent. This is simply like in the beginning, is like that. And it helps because symbols of Taro.
Mm-hmm.
You drive car. When you drive, you can be a very good driver. But if you don't watch the sign, left, right, no entry, you create problem.
Yep.
So, house number, our name, we use so many symbols. If you watch yourself 24 hours, the door have different symbol, fire have different.
Sure.
So we use all the energies, this great energy around us, and these are symbols. So also symbol, language of symbols. All religion have a different symbols.
Sure.
Yeah. So these are symbols to make you understand that you are not alone in this planet, and these symbols can help you. So once you understand and you decode the symbols, you dream. In the dream, some people, strange dream happen and they get confused. And they have read some books, they cannot find the answer because the many dreams, same dream, many different interpretations. So they define totally differently, so they get more confused.
Sure.
So they come to me and I said, well, a dream is dream. But 99% dream is rubbish, because we see, watch TV, we hear, read so much, so it get mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Old days, dream had very deep meaning and they were mostly true.
Oh, that's interesting.
Aboriginals,
people were less
educated,
but also less, over inundated with all this information. You're saying that now
they're working hard a whole day and their sleep was very deep. So 1% or 2% dream have significant, something to do with your this life, future life, or some problem which is going to come, so you can avoid those problems. So I have read those books in your shop that people had the dream and that exactly this happens.
Mm-hmm.
And they have really saved themselves from this problem. So dream are not dream. This our unconscious mind record many things.
Sure.
And our own, we call it inner guide, we call it, want to help us. So few dreams are always significant. So at least better to become attentive about your dreams. And it can be great benefit from it. There are people like Edgar Cayce,
Edgar Cayce, yes, of course.
And there are many more people who written about and analyze their dreams, and they have helped a lot of people.
He actually said, there's not dreaming, but sleeping. I think he said.
But in between.
Said, no, yes. I'm just adding that I think Edgar Cayce said you should eat 3 almonds before going to bed to have good sleep or something. Just a random.
Well, this is
anecdote.
The thing is, like this kind of books, read books and those things, this is to make person trust, because we are programmed for so many thousands of years to believe something. So this is just to make person that now he said the 3 almonds, then we start believing, because we are already programmed with many kind of beliefs. Another ritual. Okay. But if you don't eat any almonds, you are going to dream.
Dreams will come anyway, that's for sure.
So the thing is but it is a very small part of life and significant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you have to prepare. Then you have to prepare yourself that you don't put so much wrong information in your mind, so they don't put other colors in it.
Sure.
Yeah. So old days.
So the tarot, going back, is like a dream. A tarot
no. It is your whole personality.
Okay.
As you are.
Yeah.
And you take the cards. So the thing is, you see the energy. You bring your hands.
Sure.
You feel don't touch. You feel something.
Of course.
Yeah. So our aura, So we are
also
not
feel the warmth of your body and everything. Yeah.
So we are not just the physical flesh and bones. We are surrounded with. So what you think, what you feel, all, and what you expect, and what you are afraid of, this all together kind of a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
So there are many cards, and you take one card. So it is not that you're choosing; it is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Together, it's a small capsule which is invisible, with surrounding particular energy, and that picks the card. Otherwise, I don't make miracle.
Yeah, sure.
You know. And I also surprised same time when they pick the card and their questions and what they ask. Sometimes they said, you don't have to explain, I understood.
Yeah, sure.
So the thing is, we are perfect in a way, unknowingly, we are perfect person, but we don't know, we don't trust ourselves. So we ask palmistry, we ask I Ching, we ask astrologers, we ask this or that, because you don't trust your own intuitions, your inner. And this whole technique was exploited very much. Many this kind of, in the past, people was creating fear in. So I have seen some people, they went somewhere else.
So it's not that the techniques were bad; they were good.
No.
Just people took advantage sometimes.
Yeah. But the thing in the beginning is needed. Then once you understood, then it has become like a toys. You play, and the person also understand that now I need some other. So when they are free from the tarot and palmistry and astrology and this, and then they want to learn yoga, meditation, concentrations.
Sure. But hold on, I want to understand one thing. So somebody comes to you, you do a palm reading, you do a tarot reading.
Yeah.
Now, if they came to you a week later, there's no need to say
no,
palm,
no,
right?
No, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The tarot can change anytime.
Your tarot can change.
But the palm, unnecessary.
No.
Right? But
No.
palms do change after a few years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Our whole body change.
Yeah.
Not only the palm. Our whole body change. But the matter of communications. So still I can see if they want to show. But normally I have many clients.
Yeah.
In the first time I see the palm, they never wanted to. They wanted to see only the cards.
Okay.
Because they're businessmen. They are concerned with the money, So they want to risk big money. So they are dealing only with the money. So, and they want to know tomorrow market, this or that market, or this, or property I want to buy. So the thing is,
So you'll give advice. Somebody comes. And
I don't give anything. Only
the card will answer the question.
cards. Yeah,
So
I don't take.
they can ask, should I buy this house?
Yeah.
And the card will tell.
Yeah, I don't take any responsibility.
No. Okay.
Yeah. I said, take the card and I show you
Okay.
what it says.
But hold on a sec. Do you use tarot for your own
No,
decisions?
no,
Never.
never.
Wow, that's a little strange, no?
When I have this sweet shop, and one hungry person come and he don't have money in his sweet shop, and this guy is selling the sweet, and he watch him half an hour. This guy, people buy, and this guy said, "What you doing?" He said, "This is your shop." He said, "Yes." "It's your sweet?" He said, "Yes." "Why you don't eat?"
Yeah.
Come on, I have no desire.
You have no desire.
The thing is, once you know the game, you are free from it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a game is needed in particular time, particular moods, and then you know that you cannot know yourself through the tarot. You can get only the hints.
Okay.
Yeah, tarot cannot change you because interpretation is important. And I told you, this is like you are not just. It's not just accidental.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole being involved when you take the cards. Your whole being involved indirectly, whether you know or you don't know.
Right. But you're telling me you can through your own awareness, you're able to realize what you need to know anyway.
Yeah. So I don't need tarot. I don't need any kind of.
What about your palm? Does your palm give you any good information about your life that you've? Can you tell if you're going to have a long life there?
Yeah, it is. But you can spoil in next minute.
I see.
The thing is, I said, well, you go and buy the car and they give you 10 years guarantee, but you go in the corner and bang it because.
Sure.
No, respect the life. Even it is a short life, you have to respect it and trust it. Then even the lifeline is short, but you can live longer.
Sure.
The thing is our will to be. You want to live and you want to enjoy. So that energy create the spread.
Yeah.
When you become depressed and you don't trust yourself, then you're letting down yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be positive about yourself first.
Yeah.
Not about other. World is you become at ease with yourself.
I have to say, you always seem very happy and positive, and you're always, the clients always seem to be very happy. And if it's a quiet day, which is very rare, you enjoy reading. You're reading all the time.
Oh, this is
you love to study.
The thing is, Osho had his big library. In early days, I used to take books from his library, and I had desire to have a but I could not buy all the books,
Sure.
So fortunately I enjoy these thousands of books.
Yeah.
And
Watkins Bookstores is it's quite
rare.
a great resource.
From Germany I came here especially to buy books.
Wow.
Because in Germany you don't get English books.
Yeah.
So 1997, first time I was looking for books in London. I wanted to this book, but you don't find anywhere. Somebody given me address, and I said, my all money, purchased all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, books. And I really thankful for so many great people's contribution.
Yeah.
And still I read books. Any new books comes, I go and start, and then I see I can read whole books or not. So I enjoy this opportunity, and it makes me not more knowledgeable but more understanding. Different flavor of expression.
Sure. Well, I have to say, I've always been very impressed by your presence and your positivity, and you do seem to really live a very, a life that's full of presence and mindfulness. And
this happens spontaneously when you understand yourself. You understand.
Do you ever get depressed though now or not?
No. There are particular moods comes because of my house was repairing. They are making a lot of noise. Then in the beginning it disturbed. Then I said, well, they are going to do every day this. Then I accepted it because whole
Sure.
apartment outside, inside, balcony they removed all. So first few days I the park. Then I said, how long? Because they are more than 1 year they are doing this.
Wow.
Then just after 2 days I said, no, what is the point? Accept it, and things change. Now they are making noise, make no difference to me.
Really?
I still sit silently, or I read books, or I write poetry, because I don't pay attention to them.
Wow.
I pay attention to what I am doing.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shift of attention.
Yeah, because that happens a lot, but it's not always that easy to shift one's attention.
Yeah.
But to have that ability, that's a great asset.
This is so many things happen around you. You don't bother about what you are doing. This is the important. So simply you being present, total what you are doing, action, thinking, writing, eating. So this is when you are present in this moment, you forget about the whole world.
Great.